Let your body take control. You're on my mind, baby. Just move a little closer. And I say, oh, it's a night we'll both remember. Oh, sweet surrender. Oh, we're moving close together. Wanna make your body mine through the night. Hot and sweet through the night. Let's get out fast and slow. I wanna get to know you. I know a place where we can go. It's just around the corner. And I say, oh, it's a night we'll both remember. Oh, sweet surrender. Oh, we're moving close together. Wanna make your body mine. And I say, oh, it's a night we'll both remember. Oh, sweet surrender. Oh, we're moving close together. Wanna make your body mine through the night. Ooh, ooh, yeah, baby. I wanna make your body mine. Wanna make your body mine. Yeah. Make your body mine through the night. It's a night we'll both remember. Oh, hot and sweet. Oh, it's a night we'll both remember. Oh, hot and sweet. Oh, hot and sweet.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Look at the pinned chat in the chat. I'd like to remind you to share the stream today. That is my biggest thing right now. I'm surprised because over the last couple weeks, I've gained about, I think 10, 12 new people on the channel. So that's fantastic. Hopefully I'll be able to keep them with my wit and a fantastic sense of finding poignant news. I hope that continues. Thank you for all of you who do it already, and thank you for everyone who supports the show. So today we got a lot of this news from the weekend, mostly odds and ends, but I'm going to try to keep it. I'm going to try to keep most of them short because I got a ton of tabs open, but I am going to focus on the coof, as you can maybe tell by the title, because we are all going to die thanks to something Dr. Anthony Fauci said over the weekend, and we'll talk about that right after the intro. Johnny, play the intro, please. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight. All right, stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet, and welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel. It is Monday, the 21st of May, the 10th of May, 2021. Why did I say 21st? Oh, I saw something this morning that made me think it was May 21st because it was something on my calendar. I thought it was something that was happening today, and I screwed up. Anyway, it's the 10th of May. Don't freak out. If you haven't paid your taxes yet, you'll have to the 15th of this month because the Americans, not my other friends from around the world, you have until May 15th this year. If you didn't already know that, they've extended it out because of the coof, and we are going to talk about the coof today. And here's the thing. It's very, very challenging talking about the coof on YouTube because you have to be very careful what you say because you don't want to, if you even hint of anything that might be disinformation, YouTube is very sensitive about that shit. And I swore. They're very sensitive about that. And I get another one of those, strikes or something. Then they're all kind of pissy about that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be very careful with my language. As you know, I tend to follow the Hoteps who call it Stupid 19. And if we talk about the stab, you know that I'm talking about the Fauci juice that they put in your arm so that you won't get the Stupid 19. And, and by the way, stab and Fauci juice are fairly interchangeable. If you don't know, I might refer to them by their names and all kinds of other stuff. So anyway, I am so happy that you're here today. Hope, like I said, share the stream, hit the like button sometime during the show if you like it. And if you'd like to support the show as a sponsor, a financial sponsor of the show, please, you can do that through YouTube SuperChats. We'll read your chats live in the air, or Streamlabs. If you don't want to give your money to Susan, you can give it to they take a lot less of your money than Susan does. So that's up to you. I don't care. And if you're not able to, that's fine too. Please enjoy the show. It's always free. It just really helps when you are able to throw a couple bucks in the tip jar once in a while. Anyway, so let's get right into this because I'm thinking about a point where my fears of COVID have never been all that strong, right? And mostly because I've paid close attention to everything that's come out about it. I've, learned, what are the odds, different age groups, being severely sick. I've been watching, the data. Okay, I've been watching the data very carefully. I've been following this very closely for quite a long time. In fact, I was following this closely before anyone in our government started telling us about it, because I was fortunate enough to catch some report that there was this virus coming out of the country of origin that shall not be named, right? Excuse me. Go. What the hell happened there? Got a little coffee going the wrong way. By the way, I do have my cup of reparations coffee in the Trail Stop mug. By the way, we did the Trail Stop streams on Saturdays occasionally. Anyway, okay. I am about to drop. Speaking of the coof, had some stuff go down the wrong way. So anyway, I've been talking about this since before it was popular, before it was known, before they were making big announcements. I knew that they had a task force in place in January when they first started talking about this. I've been following very, very closely, right? So, sorry, I just had something go down the wrong way. Anyway, and I've had the coof. I know what it feels like to have the coof. And I know the data. I know that, the people who are most vulnerable are in those upper age limits and have comorbidities, and the people who are younger are less likely to have severe symptoms, or there's a ton of people who haven't had any symptoms that probably have it based on studies in Denmark and Iceland. I've been following it, right? And the more I knew, the more not that I didn't want people to get it, but I didn't fear it. Like, a lot of people absolutely are mortified. They're so frightened. They've been scared to death by our government about this particular, ailment that, and granted, it has killed more people. I should say ended, because even the word kill is not good. It's ended more people than most diseases that have come around. It is a pandemic. It's absolutely real. It's absolutely something that you should take precautions for. But I've never been concerned. I've never felt like, I've never, even no matter how many, for example, anytime Dr. Fauci, I know what I forgot. Hang on. And I'll say hi in a minute, everybody. I know I usually do that by now. But I'm on a roll. I never really, I never really was concerned about it, even when like Dr. Fauci was talking about, you have to, at first, because Fauci originally said, no mask, and you don't have to worry about it. You didn't have to change your lifestyle and all this stuff in the beginning. And then gradually it changes. Then they came out with the 15 days to slow the spread. And then it turned into an entire summer to slow the spread. And then it turned into a whole damn year and whatever it's been to slow the spread. And then, the vaccines, you take the vaccine, you don't take the vaccine. This vaccine might kill you, but then, but they still expect you to take the other vaccines, and it scared everybody. Everyone's scared and all this stuff. I'm not. I never was. Until Dr. Anthony Fauci opened his mouth this weekend. And now I am very, very, not just concerned, but I got a feeling that we're all going to die. I really do. I am deathly afraid of this. And I'll explain why after I say good morning to everybody. So, real quick, first of all, thank you. And first sponsor of the day, thank you, X-Bubba Hotep.
You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of
with
the
the
day.
357, who says, I remember Sinatra talking about getting the P95 mask while Fauci was saying not to wear any mask. Oh, remember that? I remember that. Yeah, Fauci's position on just about everything, long as you wait a couple days, his position on just about everything will change. Just saying. And honestly, I'm not going to talk about his credentials, but whoever thinks he's the most brilliant medical mind in the planet, which he is, I have more than just one bridge to sell you. Anyway, thank you, Xbox Hotep. I appreciate the support. Also, Thomas Cleaver, who has decided that he wants to be this new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day, and he has with a $3.99. And
you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor.
Thank you very much,
day.
Thomas Cleaver, for sponsoring the show. I greatly appreciate it. And his message is kapow! I'm not 100% sure I know what that means other than kapow! Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Also, thank you, Gunfox. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Thomas Cleaver. Yeah, y'all need to pay attention. And also, thank you, Gunfox61, who has also sponsored the show this morning. Oh, yep, see, there, thank you. Gunfox61 with the deuce. Oh, here, let me put these, there you go. With the deuce, it says Falcon, as in Fauci, Falsey, whatever you want to call him, has not practiced as a physician or a doctor since the 1966, in fact. He is no doctor. Also, he has not even studied the virus studies. He's a total failure, and I question if he even has his doctorate. Well, I know he has he came through med school, but he doesn't have he doesn't have a degree in microbiology. He doesn't have a degree in infectious diseases. He's been part of the National Institute of Health since 1968. He graduated from med school in 1966, and I don't know if he practiced medicine 2 years. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's been at the National Institute of Health since 1968. He has not been a practicing physician since 1968. He's just made his way through the rank of bureaucrat at the National Institute of Health and eventually became the director. And now he's the most revered and most accomplished, smartest scientific mind on the history of the planet. And, what are you going to do? Anyway, so let's say good morning real quick, and then we'll continue with what my thought here about why I am so I am absolutely fearful of the stupid 19 now because of something Fauci said. But really quick, let's say good morning. First in the chat today, Patrice Ripley, our official K-pop aficionado, and you get the bell. And I know you can't see it up there. Oh, there she is. Yeah, so under my pin tweet. There you go. And also, good morning, Ronan and Maddie. Maddie's in the chat today as Anissa Walker. Listen to me. Also, good morning, Avocados Diablo, the Devil's Advocate, Mike Savage, Blarg, Richo, my friend from down under. Good morning, Hig, and Sydney's there in the background, I'm sure. Also, good morning to I said Mike Savage. Renee Mayette, good morning, my friend. Jonathan Peterson, hello. Cracker Rob, nice to see you back. Welcome again. Also, good morning to Damn It Chadwick, Nobody Not Me, Thomas Cleaver, Uncle Bad Touch.
Come on, man.
I know who you are, Uncle Bad Touch. And I do hear that music right there. I'll get to it. I know who you are, Uncle Bad Touch, because, we all know.
Come on, man.
Hey, yeah, right. I know, exactly. Also, good morning to the People's Front of Canada. And that always, every time I read that, I'm thinking, are there communists in Canada? But you're not part of that People's Front. Anyway, also good morning to, I already said Maddie, who's in the chat, is Anissa Walker today. Ux Bubba Hotep, howdy do. And I'm scrolling down. Hopefully I'll find Ost Sam. There we go. There's going to be a jump here. The Useless Rebel, welcome back. I'm not sure if I've seen you for a while, but I know I'm glad you're here. Nobody Not Me's in the house. Spambot22, morning Marty, mods and chat. Marty, do you stream on Odyssey simulcast? I haven't used the Odyssey streaming function yet. I do have an Odyssey channel. If you ever need to find me on any social media, right there at PDawgKnight I'm PDawgKnight on everything except for Instagram. Instagram, I'm Yes That Marty, and my Instagram, whatever you call it, I guess that you call it your Instagram. My Instagram pretty much is flowers and nature and stuff like that. I don't really do any and personal photos, but you know what? Follow me on Instagram too. Yes, that Marty. But everywhere else, I am at PDawgKnight, or you can find me on PDawgKnight.live if you want to do super chats. You can do them there. But now the bot's working, so you can find the link for the super chats in the chat. Speaking of which, thank you, X Baba Hotep, with the Devil's donation. Thank you for sponsoring the show, and X Baba Hotep.
You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
If we were to follow the science, she blinded me with science, aka Fauci, it would look like a dropped plate of spaghetti at this point. Absolutely. It certainly would. Thank you, X-Bob Hotep, for being a continuous sponsor of the Morning Night Live. Also, let's see. Have I missed anybody yet? Anybody new I haven't seen yet? We're scrolling down here. If I have missed you, don't fear not. I will say good morning as you drop in, sometimes to my own detriment. So there you go. Good morning, James PFP. Good morning, Chicago Mike, Sean DW. And I think I'm almost all the way through it for now. Oh, Jedi Ghost Bears in the house. Nice to see you. Michael Hatfield, what's up? All right, that looks like about everybody. All right, so now let me explain my sudden trepidation regarding Stupid 19. The reason I now absolutely fear this disease is because over the weekend, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the greatest scientific mind on the planet, a doctor extraordinaire, a curer of all the great diseases of the world, and one who shall never be questioned, says it's unlikely U.S. will see COVID-19 surge in the fall and the winter. That means everyone's gonna die. Hi, Jaden Emerald. How you doing? I didn't mean to forget you. I'm scrolling and sometimes this jumps, and if I missed you, I'm very sorry. If I missed you, just keep chatting. I'll find you. I promise. Dr. Fauci says unlikely U.S. will see a COVID-19 surge in the fall and the winter, which means we're going to have the worst bout of this disease ever. None of the vaccines are, okay, I can't say that. None of the stabs are going to work. None of the, what else? We're all going to die. I'm just telling you. If Fauci says this, it's going to change by fall and winter. We are all going to die. Thank you, Thomas Cleaver, who says again, kapow! With 1024, just to get up there. Thank you, sir. You are awesome. I appreciate you supporting and sponsoring the show. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. That's very funny. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert, said Sunday that the U.S. is unlikely to see a surge of stupid 19 infections over the fall and winter like it did last year, pointing to the widespread availability of the stab as a game changer. Oh, a game changer. Well, thank you, President Trump, for helping us get to that so quickly. I don't, if anyone's, who's my resident Democrat? He's not here. Charles Martin. Charles. What's Charles' last name? I apologize, Charles, if you're watching. I know that you want to give all the credit to Joe Biden, but he doesn't get it. We've already talked about that. Anyway, well, the fact that we have vaccines right now, Chuck, is really a game changer, Fauci told host Chuck Todd on NBC Meet the Press. I mean, if we get, which we will, to the goals that the president has established, namely, if we get 70% of the people vaccinated by the 4th of July, namely one single dose, even more thereafter, you may see blips. But if we handle them well, it is unlikely that you'll see the kind of surge that we saw in the late fall and early winter. That's the reason why vaccinations are important. That's the wild card that we have now that we didn't have last fall or last winter. We're all going to die, I guarantee. All the stabs are going to fail, and we're all going to die because Dr. Fauci said the opposite. Good morning, MC.
Hammer time.
More than 150 million Americans have received at least one dose of the stab, a stab of Fauci juice, and the Biden administration has shifted to urging holdouts to get their stab amid reports that stab hesitancy is now the main obstacle to increasing the U.S. stab rate. Well, I can't imagine why there's stab hesitancy when they keep putting out the reports of people who got sick and the 6 people who died after the Johnson & Johnson stab that they made a big deal about when it's 6 out of 7 million doses administered. The odds. I mean, someone calculate those odds and put it in the chat for me. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Good morning, Sobnum Bull Nation, by the way. Anyway, you can read the rest of that. It's a Hill article. And I'm on that note, I'm going to keep going with some stupid 19 news because there's a bunch of it. So here in the Wall Street Journal, this is an interesting article. I'm not going to read it all, but I'm putting, by the way, if you're new or haven't done this for a while, there is... Oh my goodness. Well, let me stop and just say thank you real quick. Data Wasteland, but P-Dawg, the stabs don't protect you from getting it or spreading it. It just helps with the worst of the effects. AFA, yes, I know. And Zablaze in the house, and Swirl Blue, nice to see you. So, thank you, Thomas Cleaver. Man, you are so kind today, and your generosity is amazing. And Thomas Cleaver with another what's on, who's here? Hang on a second. Let me figure this out real quick. I always forget who's on the different bills, and I don't want to say the wrong one. So I think I have, do I have one in my pocket? An Andrew Jackson. Cleaver with the Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. I never meant to make your daughter cry. Sometimes, a million times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh. Anyway, thank you, Thomas Cleaver, who says, kapow! 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 And you're already the superstar donor of the day, but I'm still going to drop that. There you go. So thank you, sir. You're awesome. I appreciate it. P-Dawg, pause it. I need more coffee. Oh, well, I tell you what, here's a good time for everyone to take a sip. If you have your coffee, your beer, your wine, your Kool-Aid, your lemonade, or your Fauci juice. I'm sorry, someone just told me not to say Fauci juice. But I like saying Fauci juice. Anyway, grab a cup. You know what? Grab a cup and take your sip right now. We're just we're waiting for who are we waiting for? We're waiting for, someone said pause it. Who was that? No, I lost it. Oh, Spambot. We're pausing for Spambot. Are you back yet? Okay, I've given you enough time. Anyway, so now, by the way, all the articles that I have pulled up for today will be in the description down below, which I'm pretty sure I didn't take out last time. So let me see. Did I do that? Oh, no, it says check after the show. There you go. All of the articles, all the news that I go through, they will be in a single tab in the description down below. I'll put it in right at the outro. By the way, today I do have a updated outro. If you've been paying attention to my flower garden, I have a new updated flower garden. So the first part of the outro is the same, but then when you get to the garden part, you can see the progress on the garden in front of my house. So, which has nothing to do with the articles that will be linked in the description down below. Anyway, so the Wall Street Journal has this article, and I'm not going to read all of it, but China, Fauci, and the origins of stupid 19. Did the virus come from a a country of origin that shall not be named lab funded by the celebrated Doctors U.S. Government Institute? I would say it kind of did. Real quick, thank you, Gamer Valid, for the buck 99. Oh, I already did Thomas Cleaver. Who says 0.00085714285.7% likelihood of death, of ending death. I'm not sure which part you're thinking. Oh, is that your likelihood? That could be. That could be. All right, cool. Awesome. And oh, well, damn. Oh, that's my favorite alert. I really like her. Not as much as I love Lady Boomer, but that young lady is a fine individual. Thank you, Gunfox61. And Gunfox61, I think maybe Oh, well, okay. Oh no, that didn't. How did that? Oh no, because Thomas Cleaver's up there. I can't even keep up. Thank you, Fox61. He says, if you want kids, don't get the stab. If you don't want the government tracking you and reading your thoughts, don't get the stab. Mask and stab are a form of torture. The comments made in the SuperChats on the Morning Night Live are not necessarily the view of the Morning Night Live YouTube. Just ignore what just came out of my mouth. But since you don't know our code words anyway, yeah, you're right, Gunfox. I'm just saying, you're absolutely right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the very generous donation. Also, X Bubba Hotep with the double deuce, who says hate facts. I'm pretty sure he's referring to Gamer Valine's chat there. So, all right, let's keep it going here. By the way, thank you all of you for sponsoring this show. It really helps. I think you got my message from right now because anyway. All right, so this is an editorial from the Wall Street Journal, and I'll read just to give you the kind of the beginning. But again, this article will be in the link that I put in the description down below after the show. Before before stupid 19 ravaged the world, Dr. Anthony Fauci's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases funded coronavirus research that included a work at the country of origins that shall not be named city that the stupid 19 came from, Institute of Virology. This is not easy to use code all the time. Oh, the J&J. Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel Lee. That is the possibility. That is your possibility of getting ended by taking the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because of blood clots that they made the big deal about, right? So here it is. Wait, what's going on here? Why isn't there? It's not doing that. Oh, I see. Because it's a total there. So your chances of 6 out of 7 million is 0.0000857142857%. Not even that number. Percent. So, and they made such a big deal out of it. They don't even know if the blood clots were correlation or what's the other one? Causation. You'd find 7 million people. If you just take a random sample of 7 million people, you might find 6 people who die of a blood clot without the stupid juice. Fauci juice. I know you don't like me saying that. And also, thank you. Thank you, it's Bubba Hotep, who just wanted to see Miss Jenica one more time. Thank you. In fact, here, I'll play yours again. Yeah, go ahead, girl. You do that dance. Thank you, Bubba Hotep, for the 2669. There's no reason that I use 69 for that alert at all. 0 whatsoever. Anyway, okay, so I might never even get to these articles today. I'm not having a whole lot of success so far, but I appreciate the generosity and the sponsorship of the show. You don't know how well that makes me, and maybe help me keep up with something that I should have done a while back. Anyway, the idea of this lab in the country of origin that shall not be named in the city where the stupid 19 originated, lab, Institute of Virology, was to study the ability of such virus to attack humans. But could a Fauci-funded experiment actually be the source of the deadly global infection? In an exhaustive account of the viral possibilities published this week by the Bulletin of the atomic scientist Nicholas Wade, argues that the country of origin that shall not be named lab is the most likely source of the worldwide agony. Left-leaning journalists who don't like where this story is going may struggle to dismiss the author given his establishment credentials. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist describes him in this way. Nicholas Wade is a science writer, editor, and author who has worked on the staff of Nature, Science, and for many years the New York Times. The former time. Now this is what he wrote. Okay, this virus, I said the word virus. I'm gonna be in trouble. Caused the pandemic is known officially as SARS-CoV-2, but can be called SARS-2 for short. As many people know, there are two main theories about its origin. One is that it jumped naturally from wildlife to people. The other is that the virus was under study in a lab from which it escaped. It seemed to me that the proponents of lab escape can explain all the available facts about SARS-2 considerably more easily than can those who favor natural emergence. Mr. Wade describes a key Chinese researcher whose work received support from Dr. Fauci's institute via a U.S. group called EcoHealth Alliance. Researchers at the city where the virus came from, Institute of Virology, led by the country of origin that shall not be named's leading expert on bat viruses, Shi Zhang Li, or Bat Lady. I wonder if she wore a cape and one of those weird hats with the ears on it. Anyway, mounted frequent expeditions to bat-infested caves in Yunnan in southern China and collected around 100 different bat coronaviruses. Okay, I'm going to refer to the beer. Never mind. It cannot be yet stated that she did or did not generate SARS-2 in her lab because her records have been sealed. But it seems she was certainly on the right track to have done so. It is clear that the city of origin of the viruses, oh boy, this is so hard. The city that it came from, Institute of Virology, was systematically constructing novel chimeric coronaviruses and was assessing their ability to infect human cells and human ACE2 expressing mice, says Richard H. Ebright, a molecular biologist at Rutgers University and leading expert on biosafety. So, in other words, to make a long story short, if you want, you can read the rest of this article on your own. There's a good chance that Dr. Fauci. Oh, by the way, Ex-Bubba Hotep, I forgot to tell you this. Whoops. Damn it.
You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
Thank you, sir. Thomas Cleaver, thank you for the sponsoring the show, who says again, with the 556, which is the preferred caliber of ammo for your own. I was going to say your AR. Anyway, thank you, Thomas Cleaver, who says, kapow! Blood trail. Also, good morning, Canon Hotep. What's happening, my man? By the way, Canon Hotep, we got to talk via Twitter. I want to have you on the show sometime soon, just FYI. Good morning, also, Francis Barrett. How you doing? So, the long story short of this story in the Wall Street Journal is that there's a strong possibility that the little institute that Dr. Fauci headed may have funded the stupid 19. So that article is archived. It will be in the link down below after the show. Also, the Wall Street Journal about that J&J stab and their hesitancy. Yeah. We were just about to talk about that. J&J vaccine pause stoked hesitancy that threatens the stupid 19 stab drive. I'm trying to talk in code. If you just got here, just try to follow me. The 10-day halt in April deepened concerns of many who were reluctant to get the stab in the first place, according to stab sites and a recent survey. The 10-day halt in administering the Johnson & Johnson stupid 19 stab has made it harder to inoculate the hard-to-reach and hesitant, health officials said, complicating efforts to reach community stab goals. By the way, hi Gunfox 61. Look, Gunfox, I figured out what I had wrong with my, my CloudBot. So, and if it doesn't work again, we'll go strictly to Nightbot. But I already have so many things set up in CloudBot that I'm just lazy, okay? Just FYI. And I don't know if I even said good morning to you, so good morning, sir. I appreciate you. Gunfox61 is the official Discord server administrator for the PDawgKnight channel. Many people who live in rural and other areas canceled appointments during the temporary pause last month, and many of them haven't rescheduled, stab sites said. Meantime, some people hesitant to get stabbed told pollsters after the J&J halt they were less likely to take a shot. Oh, go figure. I can't imagine why that would be, right? So anyway, this whole article is talking about why people are hesitant. And, you tell people that it's killing people, they don't care which one you're talking about, right? But again, what was that percentage? It was 0.0000857142857% of the people who took the Johnson & Johnson stab who died of the blood clot or had the blood clot problem. It wasn't even died from it. Didn't only one die and 6 had them? I can't remember the numbers now. So let's just say they stabbed themselves right in the damn foot. Let's move on. More COVID. I got lots of stupid news. Stupid 19 news. Now, there's been a little, and this is a good article. I'm not gonna read all of anything. I got 31 tabs open. Climate of fear. Colleagues silent on the Center for Disease Control's retaliation against superstar scientists who tried to prevent the vaccine pause disaster. Now, so we're up that the Johnson & Johnson stab, and they screwed the pooch by making such a big deal out of those 6 issues. By the way, thank you, Gamer Valine. I'll stop for a second here. Who says $4.99? It's okay to ignore. Okay, it's okay to ignore the reports that the nation the country of origin that shall not be named was looking to weaponize SARS-type viruses 5 years ago. One of the articles was sent. Oh, thank you. You sent it to me via Twitter. Thank you so much, Gamer Valine. Yeah, I know. It's like, this is, if you're of the mindset that likes to think a little deeper into these types of things, not saying a conspiracy, but if you're one of those people who just like to think outside the box just a tiny, tiny bit from what our government and your favorite media is telling you, well, it's certainly not beyond the possibility that a certain country was attempting to maybe figure out what they could do with these stupid viruses that what they could use them in a way that may be detrimental to people other than them. And it's weird because if you look at the data, isn't it kind of interesting that they somehow suddenly got it to completely stop. Now, not doesn't mean that they were giving us correct numbers, but somehow the country of origin that shall not be named somehow made it completely stop spreading in a country of over 1 billion people. And, and then the rest of the world, pretty much if you look at all the numbers as a percentage, all have this much higher percentage of people who've gotten it and have perished from it. But no, this wasn't being developed as any kind of weapon against the rest of the world. I just, it doesn't pass the smell test. Thank you, Gamer Valine. Also, thank you, Bubba Hotep with another $4.99, who says, what is more likely? It came from the lab that was doing tests on almost exactly the virus from the animal which it is known to come from close to the breakout, or it just came naturally from an animal from hundreds of miles away where it broke out. Right. That animal is not from the area of the city of origin in the country of origin that shall not be named. Just saying. It's not. Thank you, sir. Xbobatotep for continued sponsorship of the show. I appreciate it. So anyway, they retaliated. None of the 10 doctors on the committee that advises the Center for Disease Control on Stupid 19 stabs would say if they support the CDC's removing a world-leading scientist from that committee for opposing a pause that may have spooked Americans off Stupid 19 stabs. The Federalists contacted all of the committee members for comment on the CDC's decision that could affect the integrity and public perception of the committee's work as well. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. What? The integrity and public perception of the committee's work? Are they part of the CDC? Oh man, that's generous. Okay, as well as Americans' willingness to accept Stupid 19 stabs, a current pressing concern for the Public Health Agency, none was willing to comment. The reluctance underscores the retaliatory climate CDC communicated when it punished a world-class scientist who helped invent methods dramatically improving the very stab safety system the CDC uses today. The story the Federalist broke received major media attention, and so the stab hesitancy the agency's pause seems to have amplified. In April, the CDC official, Dr. Amanda Cohn, emailed Harvard Medical School's Dr. Martin Kulldorff to remove him from the CDC's Stupid 19 stab. My God, this is so hard. Stab Safety Technical Work Group, known as VAST. In her email, she made it clear that the agency was retaliating against Kulldorff because he publicly expressed his professional opinion that pausing the Johnson & Johnson Stupid 19 stab was not scientifically warranted and would increase COVID deaths. Even though I'm not a fan of the stab, I think people who want to get the stab should get the stab. Maybe they shouldn't be hesitant about it because, it's going to help people, especially the vulnerable. Good morning, Dr. Keeve. How you doing? Also, I said Shawnee W. Why are you so angry is also in the house. That's a name, not a question. So they kicked this guy off the committee that's talking about the safety and efficacy of this Stupid 19 stabs because he dared publicly say they were wrong for having a pause after 6 blood clots out of 7 million people who had the Stupid 19 stab from Johnson & Johnson, and that when they did that caused hesitancy for all the stabs. Again, where's that number? That is, where the hell did that go? There it is. 0.0000857142857%. Harvard Medical School colleague described Kulldorff as one of the top 3 vaccine safety experts in the world, saying Kulldorff's expertise to say what he did is not in question to anyone in this field of vaccine safety. Kulldorff is one of the 3 co-authors of the Great Barrington Declaration, published in October 2020, that argues lockdowns are the wrong approach to Stupid 19 threat. I like this guy more already. That declaration has been signed by more than 3 times as many medical and public health scientists than an opposing statement released a week later, the John Snow Memorandum. Good Lord, the John Snow Memorandum. And by approximately 10 times as many medical practitioners. Have you ever heard of this? The Great Barrington Declaration. I'm going to put that in the tabs too. Let's see, here it is. The Great Barrington oh my gosh, they have it in dozens of languages. Here's what it is. As infectious disease epidemiologists and public health scientists, we have grave concerns about the damaging physical and mental impacts of the prevailing stupid 19 policies and recommend an approach we call focused protection. Ha! Ha! I'll bet you a nickel times 100 that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis probably could quote from this from memory, because that's the approach he took in Florida. Focused protection, meaning protecting the most vulnerable and letting everybody else just do their thing because it's not a huge danger to everybody else. But focusing on the elderly, focusing on the vulnerable, the ones who have comorbidities and things like that. If you want to read the declaration, like I said, I'll put this front page of this on the tabs and the declarations in there. We might go through it in a different video. But anyway, just before he was removed from the CDC committee, Koldorf published an op-ed disagreeing with the CDC's decision to pause the Johnson & Johnson Stupid 19 stab. As a member of the committee, he told the Federalist he has also made that recommendation before the pause. So, and there, you can read the rest of this, but yeah, so they kicked him out. A world-leading virologist, what did they say? The third, one of the top 3 vaccine experts, not just in the country, but in the entire damn world. And he signed the Great Barrington Declaration. Huh. But here, who do we trust? Who do we trust? Oh, that's not his picture. Anyway, we trust the little gnome guy, Dr. Anthony Fauci. Fantastic. Thank you, Gunfox61, for the deuce through Streamlabs, who says, oh, this is a commercial, I think. Coming soon, anti-stab camps for re-education, and it's for the safety of the child. And the snowflakes, I mean sheep, think of the weak-minded woke people. Yes, thank you, Gunfox51, for your continued sponsorship of the show. I appreciate it. All right, let's move on, because I have a couple more stab. I have a couple more stab news. What's this one? Oh yeah. In more stab news, this is kind of funny. So apparently people are having they're having stab parties to celebrate the end of the lockdown. Well, oh, isn't that sweet? This is in the New York Post. Check this out though. Look at this. They have some of that. You know how the hard seltzers, the water that they put a little bit of alcohol and a little flavor in and sell for you for more than the cost to buy a beer. Anyway, so look at this. Has your social life been in the toilet since March 2020? Do you need to blow off steam? And most importantly, are you fully stabbed with the certificate to prove it? Oh, so sexy. If so, look no further than the spring's hottest trend, stab parties. Fun-loving folk are breaking free from quarantine by throwing stab-themed celebrations, complete with Jell-O shots in outsized syringes, snacks in the shape of flex arms, and beverages served in tumblers labeled Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. We've had enough not seeing people, recent stab party host Lawrence Anthony told the Post. The time has come to welcome some guests. Woohoo! Together with his ER doctor wife, Felicia, 37, the 36-year-old writer and motivational speaker invited 9 friends to the upscale soiree at their Harlem apartment. It was coordinated by celebrity event stylist Amanda Orso, the New York-based expert whose clients include Diddy and Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas came up with an ingenious roadmap for last month's festivities. First, the couple sent out rhyming invitations, so they rapped in the invitations? Rhyming invitations, which included the groan-inducing line, "With your long-awaited ouchie and a year of Dr. Fauci, get out your sweats and stop being so grouchy." Oh, God, Jay-Z has nothing on this motherfucker. Good morning. Check your logic, by the way. Good God, this is embarrassing. And the shindig itself, guests had to stand in the doorway and declare their vaccination status. Excuse me. Oh my God, I said that bad word. Their stab status before being instructed to whisk off their face mask and wear them proudly around their wrists. Oh, great. Other features range from lockdown-themed napkins printed with gags like, man walks into a bar, lucky bastard, to cute favors in the form of beaded bracelets spelling out the word vaxxed. Ooh, I'm getting warm just thinking about it. It wasn't too gimmicky or cheesy. Oh, good Lord. Actually, I like theme parties, but anyway, it wasn't too gimmicky or cheesy, but elevated to a more sophisticated party, said Orso, who has coordinated similar nights in cities such as Miami, Florida. I wonder if he's, never mind. But the events, okay. Oh my God. So look at this. They got little syringes here that you can take your drinks from, little muscle arms here and stab cookies and a tomato, whatever that means. Oh, look at this hoe. Be happy, stay healthy, get lucky with the fortune cookies. And what the hell is that? Those look like little, I don't know what the hell those are. What the hell is that? Anyone? What got to do with the hell? Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see it. Anyone know what the hell that is? Anyway, okay, I've had enough of this story. Thank you, Chicago Mike with the 556, who says, so an excuse to get together and get drunk. Hell yes! hell to the yizzo. Speaking of Jay-Z. This one, and here's my last. I think this might be the last. Is this the last one? Oh no, I have two more. I'm stuck on stupid 19 today. I got a whole bunch of it. So this bullshit. Did anyone? Okay, this is a dumb question. I can't believe I was even going to ask this question. By the way, thank you again, Chicago Mike. I appreciate you, of course, as always, for a long-time sponsor of the show. I really appreciate it. So this is the cast of Saturday Night Live. I almost asked, did any of y'all watch Saturday Night Live this weekend? But I already know the answer to that. I didn't watch it. I just make fun of it when shit comes up on Twitter about it because it's usually terrible anyway. So the cast of Saturday Night Live, this is them at the end of the show. And they had a bunch of their moms with them because there was a skit, I guess, with their moms, because it was Mother's Day, right? The Mother's Day show. So a bunch of the cast had their moms in there, and Elon Musk was the host, and Miley Cyrus, which is one of these people here, I don't know which one, but she was the musical guest, and there was a big hubbub because Elon Musk was the host, and a bunch of the cast members were like, they don't want a billionaire being their host. Why is he being their host? I mean, you've had sports, you've had athletes, you've had all kinds of people be the host, but they were all mad at Elon Musk, but that's beside the point. But so at the end of the show, you see this picture, and I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it better. So they have this picture of all of the cast. There's Miley. Look at that. She looks respectable in her little pink dress and shit. Anyway, the whole cast, the band back here, everyone's wearing masks, right? Yeah, Elon Musk in his harmful position. LA Prepper, what's up? How you doing? Oh, you like the Game Boy? Yeah, I'm a technical kind of guy. Actually, I remember when I bought my kid a Game Boy Color. That's got to be 20 years ago, isn't it? Game Boy Color, is that when that came out? Anyway, so they all come out in masks, right? At the end of the show to say goodnight, everybody. The problem is with this is they did the entire show without masks. Like every skit, everything, they didn't wear masks during the show at all. And so, Myth Informed MKE, that's those guys in Milwaukee, said these people all just performed on stage for 90 minutes without masks. What are they doing? Putting masks on at the end. Now I'm sure every single one of these people are vaccinated too. Mr. Scott, what's happening? I see you. So, and then apparently a bunch of people in the replies here, oh, well, there were moms on the stage. Those moms were on the stage, but the moms performed with the cast in the first skit of Saturday Night Live with no masks. In fact, I think there's pictures. Well, except for, there is one little, wait a minute. Can you see him? Where is he? This dude right here. Do you see this guy? This guy right here that's not wearing his mask. I think he's in the band. He probably plays saxophone, so he can't wear his mask. But, yeah, and so there's another picture of him right there. That's him. One stood alone. There he is. I think that's a saxophone player, though. And he can't play a saxophone if you're wearing a mask. But, yeah, house band member in the back, the only one without one, because he has to blow on his horn. So they were, obviously this is virtually. So here's a picture of the moms during a skit early in the show. I take the sound off. Yeah, here it is. But the moms are on stage at the end. Reply guys, they were on stage earlier too. So there it is. Here. Oh. Yeah, here's the moms early in the show. You can see them there. No mask there. People in the crowd. And then they had a picture. Happy Mother's Day, whatever. Where's my escape button? There we go. So this is just some virtue signaling bullshit. Again, it's just, it's so funny. And it made no sense. Why are you so angry, Steve Bannon? Oh yeah, the saxophone player does kind of look like Steve Bannon, doesn't it? Oh, wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be hilarious? If it really was Steve Bannon, he's back there photobombing the show. That'd be damn hilarious. Wouldn't it? That'd be some funny shit. Anyway. All right, moving on. And then finally, my last stupid 19 story. Cuomo's in hot water again because he's being. There's an investigation is now going to include whether he was using these stabs for political gain. I can't imagine Andrew Cuomo doing anything so... Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence because that's a complete and utter lie. New York State Attorney General is expanding its investigation into sexual assault allegations against Governor Andrew Cuomo to include new charges that an aide to the governor linked access to the stupid 19 stab in support for the governor. Oh, God. How is it that he hasn't been recalled? The Wall Street Journal is reporting that half a dozen Democratic Party county executives were contacted by Larry Schwartz, a volunteer advisor who oversaw the stab distribution for the state. The executives believe they were being contacted about the stab, but Schwartz asked them about their position on whether Cuomo should resign. At least one county executive contacted the Attorney General's office about the call, according to the... God, I can't. This dude is so dirty. He is so damn dirty. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. At least one county executive contacted the Attorney General's office about the call, according to the Journal report. Right at the time that every county was working and desperately needing more stabs, to receive a call from the person who was responsible for allocating those doses, gauging political loyalty to the governor, was an obvious conflict and at best ethically gray, that's what you call it, said one county executive who received a call from Mr. Schwartz. In addition to the sexual assault and harassment allegations by several women, Cuomo's under federal investigation for falsifying data on stupid 19 deaths in nursing homes. Again, all these articles will be in the tab, in the link down below after the show. I'll get it in there by the outro. Let me just doing a little side here. This is a public service announcement from the PDawgKnight Channel. Andrew Cuomo is a dirty bitch. This has been a public service announcement from the PDawgKnight Channel. All right, let's move on. Okay, so there's a viral video that went out this weekend, and it was described. Here's how it was described in the YouTube link, okay, or how it was how it was posted by whoever posted this video. And it was, white racist swings at Kimoni Young, a black woman. Viral video, of course. And so this is one of those, you know, oh, here you go. Put it on the screen. This is it. Here's how it's named. White racist swings at Kimoni Young, a black woman. Now, it's interesting here. I don't, okay, maybe that's just the wrong thumbnail. But, so, and it's a video of this guy who's kind of getting mad about the protesters blocking the street, and he just had enough. But first of all, so the interesting part though is they immediately describe him as a white racist. Now look, if I come across, if I'm trying to get somewhere and that's important, like work or, just, going to go drinking downtown with my buddies, which is important to me. And there's a protest that's blocking the freeway, I'm going to get a little heated. Now, I don't know if I'd get out and start screaming and yelling at them, although being a person of being melanin gifted, although not as gifted as some of my melanin gifted co-melanin gifted peoples, I too would be very angry and would probably maybe get out and say, hey, y'all, look, I got to go drink with my buddies, or I got to get to work, or whatever the hell I'm doing. It doesn't matter. Y'all are blocking the freeway. Get the fuck out of the way. That would be my position, right? And I think this guy had just had enough. Okay, so what happened here? So yesterday morning, a video surfaced where a patriot who looks like a real giant. Yeah, he looks like a big damn dude. Although, you know what? I look like a big damn dude compared to other people. And so he might, who knows? Anyway, he decided to face BLM rioters. Well, they weren't rioters. They were protesting, but they were blocking traffic. And so this again, I don't know this outlet. It's right journalism. If it's right, it can't be wrong. Well, I don't know if that's an accurate statement. They weren't rioting. They were just blocking the street as part of the protest. So I'm going to play it straight here. Anyway, they were blocking a highway in Texas. Activists in Plano, a city of about 20 miles north of Dallas, marched through the streets on Sunday to raise awareness about the death of Marvin Scott III. The 26-year-old black man died while in police custody at a county jail in March. 7 officers were fired and 1 resigned over the incident, which was ruled a homicide in April. In a now viral video, demonstrators were seen blocking an intersection as they shout Black Lives Matter and wave signs reading Stop Killing Us and other slogans. A large column of automobiles can be seen forming as motorists wait for the road to clear. Suddenly, a large man wearing sunglasses weaves between the stopped cars and heads straight towards the protesters. The brave patriot, as they describe him, faced the group, and one of the rioters pulled out a gun on him. The man was not afraid and even faced the cowardly cop who didn't do anything about it. Now, here's the video, and we'll just watch it. There's no music on it, so we can play this. So here they're winding through the street. Now, this is a section of the video. So here they are. They're blocking the street, and the cars are all stopping and whatnot. And this dude... Now, he's over here yelling at the cop because people are in the way. He's saying, get him out of the way. Now, notice, I'm going to run this back a little bit. This is a big MFer. I mean, let's see. Let's go back to here. So here he comes again. I'm going to show you the beginning here. Look at him. Look at this dude compared to the guy he's walking toward. I've never realized. Now, this he's probably about 6'6" or so. I'm looking at the top of the truck there, and that's about where I come up to a truck. So I never realized that I sometimes can look this intimidating to people because I'm a big dude, but I don't know if I'm as big as this dude. He is huge. Anyway, so the guy is backing up. He don't want none of that. He don't want none of it because the dude's screaming in his face, right? And then he goes straight to the cop from here. Watch. Now look, the cop's standing on the curb. This is a big motherfucker. Okay. And now this lady over here is yelling at him. And so anyway, watch what happens. Now you may not be able to see the gun, but there is someone who pulled a gun, but he didn't give a shit. He's like screaming at that person too. All right, so he's coming back to these two women. I'm not sure who. Someone does something. He's kind of swats at them. You'll see this in a second. What? Now I've never been able to figure out what it is he swats at. Oh, I think he puts something. She puts a camera right in his face. Okay, now there. Now he should. Oh, okay, that's what he did. Now he should not have done that. Okay, but. Sometimes you do stupid shit when you're really angry. And so get that shit away from me. And now you're going to see it. This guy right here. I don't know. He's strapped. But I don't know if he's not the one who pulled the gun. Someone behind him did. There it is right here. This guy pulls a gun on him. And notice he's giving no fucks. So anyway, this went viral. And now, I got to tell you, the people who are protesting, I can appreciate the fact that they're telling people to stay away from him and they're not attacking him. People keep coming up with the cameras, but I do appreciate that these protesters, who probably were out there trying to protest peacefully, at least did not attack this man. Like, if there were a bunch of Antifa little fuckwads around there'd be people getting beat in the street. They didn't do that. They didn't damage anyone's cars. The people who were running this protest, I think, did a good job of at least people not allowing people to be violent. But look, again, get the fuck out the street, as far as I'm concerned. Looks like and apparently their march was going through this area, so it may not. That may have been why the police was there as an escort and not as a, not to necessarily keep the peace. And so anyway, but this went viral, and now they're immediately calling him racist. Now I have absolutely no idea. I don't know anything about this man other than he's pissed off that they're blocking the damn street. Probably he's gone through this once before. But notice how the police and the observers are saying, nope. They're trying to calm him down. This bitch is yelling at him. See, they're telling. See, these guys are trying to they're trying to get him to back up. They're trying to explain to him that they are just. But anyway, you know me, I'm like, get the fuck out the road. So anyway, if you want to watch the full video, it's also in this link. It'll be in the description. But the idea that what bothers me is this has been put out on other news media. White racist yells at Black Lives Matter protesters. Well, wait a minute. On what basis do you call this man a racist? I'm just curious. Oh, he's been doxxed. Of course he's been doxxed. But you know what? I don't know if anyone, I can't imagine if he can get in trouble for it, but they of course they've been doxxed. By the way, good morning, Helen L. Good morning, T-Ball. And San, I don't know if I said hi to you earlier or not, but you're hello. By the way, if you're here and you're new or anything like that, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell. And I'm going to take just a 1 minute break here. I'll be right back after my commercial. Hey everybody, it's me, Marty. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I hope you're enjoying the show. The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please, if you have a moment, take time to share this stream by hitting that little arrow down below or up here if you're on a mobile. And please hit the like button. I know you like it if you're still here and you're still watching. And finally, if you want to support the show, you can do that through your donations and super chats, which are in the description down below. You can do that at Streamlabs link or at PDawgKnight.live. That every little bit helps. And thank you for watching. Now back to the show. All right, and I'm back. Okay, again, a whole bunch of new people, right? in here that I haven't seen before. So if you're new or if you may have been someone who's lurked before or been here during another show when I had a guest or something, but welcome back. If you're not new, if you are new, hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you get notifications. Also, good morning to Fight for Your Rights and the Asian Research Directorate. And what was the other one? Well, Hell and L, that's a name I haven't seen before. So that's why I'm saying it again. So I'm glad you all are here. All right, let's move on. Let's see. Oh, there's this election audit, the ballot audit in Maricopa County, Arizona. And it's interesting because it's for whatever reason. Now, all these people in government and all these Democrats and, everyone who's in the media, there's all saying, there was no shenanigans going on during the in the election and whatnot. And but it's funny because they seem so extremely fearful of this audit in Arizona. They are just beside themselves. Well, now the Biden Justice Department is moving to interfere in the Maricopa County election audit. And I just don't understand it. Joe Biden's Department of Justice is trying to stop the 2020 election audit in Maricopa County, Arizona, according to a report from the Washington Compost. In a letter to the president of the Arizona State Senate, Pamela S. Carlin, head of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division, why would this anyway, suggested that the recount is illegal. Really? On what grounds could it be illegal? That's why ballots are kept for 22 months after every election, in case any group wants to come in and recount them. Anybody can audit election ballots. But anyway, we have a concern that Maricopa County election records, which are required by federal law to be retained and preserved, are no longer under the ultimate control of election officials, are not being adequately safeguarded by contractors, and are at risk of damage or loss, Carlin wrote. The Maricopa County Audit's official Twitter account called the claims baseless. Arizona Secretary Hobbs continues to make baseless claims about the forensic audit, but has never led an election audit in her entire career. The audit continues. In other words, fuck off, bitch. I keep using that word today. I've always liked to say, bitch was one of my favorite words in college, and it has absolutely nothing to do with women, okay? One of my best friends, his nickname, we called him Bitch because he was always bitching about shit. And we just all of a sudden across campus, every once in a while, one of my friends across campus would see me and he'd yell, sweet. And I would yell, bitch. And it was just one of those things that people would look at me funny and shit. But you're learning a lot about me today. Anyway, so the Justice Department is getting all squirmy. The Biden Justice Department, because the Biden Justice Department, we wouldn't want to find anything significant about any of those places where the elections were perfectly perfect and pristine and never ever could ever think there was anything wrong with them. Anyway, well, on that note, also, if there's not, this is a great article, The American Thinker, and you can read this one in the link today, the news link. This is a good question or a good thought, as opposed to a thought. If there's nothing to hide, why are Democrats freaking out about the Arizona audit? Great question. If you've been keeping an eye on the election audit taking place right now in Maricopa County, Arizona, then you also know that Democrats, news propagandists, and concerned never Trump Republicans are beginning to sound more and more like trapped rats squeaking in fear. An army of lawyers, many of the same political operatives who manipulated the November election. I am just reading the script here, or the article. YouTube, don't do that thing. Oh, good morning, Alone. AKA always lost and nothing else. I don't have the music. I know you're doing the music on your own. Tonight, I always got, till now, I always got by on my own. I never really cared until I met you. I something my fingers to the bone. How do I get you alone? Thank you. Thank you very much. Many of the same political operatives who manipulated the November election by contravening existing election laws and flooding battleground states with uncontrolled and unverified mail-in ballots are beginning to begging state and federal courts to stop the audit mid-course and petitioning Arizona's Democrat Secretary of State and Merrick Garland's Department of Justice to intervene under the absurd pretense that ensuring election integrity somehow deprives voters of their civil rights. Arizona and Biden supporter Cindy McCain has publicly called the vote recount ludicrous. Luda! Because the election is over. And MSNBC's Rachel Maddow. He's just I can't stand him. Anyway, Rachel Maddow is so terrified. Oh, wait. Anyway. Is so terrified of what the auditors might find that she insists that the whole exercise is not only dangerous, but also the end of democracy. Even though the audit is being conducted with unprecedented transparency and live video feeds that invite viewers anywhere in the world to watch the process, reporters and adverse political agents, that's kind of redundant, have been repeatedly caught attempting to infiltrate the well-run operation or laboring to expose the identities of the workers. Yes, they're trying to dox these people. But, this is Arizona. They carry guns. Just shoot the motherfuckers. Okay, I didn't say that, did I? Oh, shit. Did I say that out loud? Sorry. Anyway, if there's a reason for inserting spies into an already open process other than then to later cast doubt upon the integrity of the auditing process itself, I don't know of it. And if there is a reason to expose workers' identities to the public other than to make them targets for campaigns of harassment and intimidation, reporters have made no attempt to provide it. So, yeah, they're just these dirty. They're, what did I call? I called Cuomo a dirty bitch. Well, so are these fuckers. My colorful language today. By the way, if there's like 47 people and 32 likes, hit the like button if you like what we do. Get it out of your system right now so that we can, you don't have to you leave after the show and you're like, oh, damn it, I forgot to hit the like button. I don't feel like clicking back. Hit the like button now. Moving on, because I'm down. I only got 13 minutes left. This report came out, well, the article came out yesterday. I don't know when the report came out. And it's interesting. Suddenly we're getting a report that officers shouldn't have fired into Breonna Taylor's home. Now, this is regarding rules of engagement with suspects or warrant people or whatever. And I'm very curious why this suddenly has come out. But anyway, the officers who fatally shot Breonna Taylor should not have been firing into her home, an internal investigation says. Newly released documents from an internal investigation into Taylor's death found none of the officers involved in serving the 2020 narcotics warrant that led to the 26-year-old's death should have fired a weapon, according to two investigators. Okay, so two investigators. I'm curious who these. It says an internal investigator, but how did this? What? This is very interesting. They took a total of 32 shots, irrelevant. When police are trained to, and look, I feel bad for this woman because she has an asshole for a boyfriend who shot a police officer, and they returned fire, but. Let me get to the rest of this article. By the way, thank you, Gamer Valine, who the music is going to pop up, but I see it already. Come see me in Arizona. Gender reveal isn't on my level. I'll even record it. We are one party consent. Thank you, Gamer Valine. I appreciate that. That was what Gamer Valine said. Gender reveal isn't on my level. I'm not sure what I'm confused again, but you know me, I'm confused often. So anyway, they took a total of 32 shots when the provided circumstances made it unsafe to take a single shot. Well, wait a minute. This is how the wrong person was shot and killed. Well, they were shot at. What are you... Sergeant Andrew Meyer wrote in the report, according to ABC News. Meyer's preliminary findings said Louisville Police Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, who was shot in the leg during the incident, and former officers Myle Cosgrove and Brett Hackinson violated department use of force policy. Wait a minute. Is it their use of force policy? They cannot return fire if being shot at? I'm stunned. Adding that Mattingly should not have taken the shot because the intended target, Taylor's boyfriend, wasn't a clear, isolated mark because he was obscured by a dimly lit hallway. So let me get this straight. Let's say you're in a dark, a person with a gun is in a dark, dimly lit alleyway. And suddenly police officers begin taking fire from that alleyway. And it's dimly lit, dark, can't see what's around it. Are they supposed to, wait till they have the searchlights? I don't understand. Okay, wasn't Taylor's boyfriend wasn't a clear, isolated mark. Does he have to be a clear, isolated mark if he's firing at you? It's not like he lifted. Oh my God. Ms. Taylor's safety should have been considered before Mattingly returned fire. How? You don't know you don't even know which one of them fired the gun. And if you're taking fire, that's fascinating. Meyer continued in a report supported by his lieutenant, Jeff Artman. The findings were contradicted by a memo issued by former interim Louisville Police Chief Yvette Gentry, who overruled Meyer's recommendation that the trio of officers face disciplinary action because of the actions of Kenneth Walker, Taylor's boyfriend, amounted to an immediate threat of death or serious injury to an officer. Hello? I mean, it's tragic that she died, but damn, they can't return fire. It's an immediate threat of death or serious injury to an officer. There's no more immediate threat than an officer already being shot. Good Lord. Now, she continued, Sergeant Mattingly's actions therefore need to be examined through the lens of what he reasonably believed at the time he discharged his weapon at an identified threat at the end of a dimly lit hallway after being shot himself, Gentry's memo said, according to the outlet. That's not even, that's the one who said the other way, that he should, it's clear he should. Holy smokes. On March 13th, Congress. Okay, then they just give details about the story. So there she is, Miss America. I don't know the song, but that's Caitlyn Jenner. She's an interesting character, just to say the least. This is newly released documents from the investigation. Okay, so this is from the original investigation, and Yvette what's her name? The former police chief. I don't like how they wrote this article. They're making it sound like this is new information. No, this is just part of the investigation they did before, and Yvette Gentry, who was the Louisville police chief at the time, overruled the recommendation of these two. So two people in the investigation say that they shouldn't have shot, but other people in the investigation said they should have because it was an immediate threat to the officer. Fascinating. Anyway. All right. Now a couple other things. The ironic tweet of the day yesterday on Mother's Day came from the National Abortion Rights Action League. Now, whether or not you are a proponent or opponent of abortion, this still is the most ironic tweet of the day from NARAL, the National Abortion Rights Action League. This Mother's Day is also for all the moms dealing with the loss of a child or a pregnancy. Today is your day too. We are thinking about all the moms who lost children to racist police violence, and we're thinking of their kids calling out for their moms in their last moments. Oh, the irony! Do I even need to say it? Do I even need to say it? Lack of self-awareness. All right, moving on. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of Ace because let's see here. What was this one? Oh, yeah, this is this was interesting because Sarah Silverman went on a rant about some of these trans athlete laws that are going into effect. Let's listen to Sarah for a moment.
I saw Caitlyn Jenner saying trans girls should not play girls' sports. Caitlyn, you're a woman, right?
Sort of.
Trans girl
Yes.
is a girl.
But physiologically, a trans girl is male. There's physiological differences between the two that are insurmountable even through hormones. Not completely, because it does lower the trans girls' performance, but a lot of these trans girls in high schools aren't transitioned yet. For example, the two kids in Connecticut that are now identify as girls that end up winning the state track meet in their events, or they hadn't even done any transition. They actually, the second year, they had started hormone therapy and their performance lowered slightly. But, this is activists versus science, and there's very little science on this topic. There is for example, the one woman who did the study in Oregon, she's a trans woman who did a study on and had a total of 7 subjects and tried to make. Why is my dog barking? Tried to make, a study on 7 subjects for the entire world. Now, there are studies that have come out with more subjects. What the hell is my dog barking for? Oh, he sees a squirrel in the tree. That's why. But there are studies that say that there's the advantage is not much, but there is still a little advantage, even if they're on hormones after 2 years. That has a much, much larger sample size. But anyway, let's listen to Sarah because she's so woke, and she's absolutely a molecular biologist, scientist, knows about physiology, kinesiology, and she's an expert on the effects of hormones and shit like that.
She should have the same rights as cis girls.
Playing sports is not a right.
If you think a trans girl is too strong? What about tall girls?
That's irrelevant. A lot of people, they make this argument too. Well, different people are different sizes. Everyone has different advantages, yada, yada, yada. Look, we're not talking about just the random person. Because I heard the argument when I was reading some of the comments. Oh, yeah, because any man thinks they can any man just beat Serena Williams at tennis? Well, no, not just any man, but the vast majority of men who play tennis either at the collegiate or professional level absolutely can beat Serena Williams 99% of the time. We're not talking about just random people doing this. At the top level of a sport, of every sport, except for ultra distance marathons and ultra distance swimming. For whatever reason, women have much better endurance over super long distances. But every other sport, yes, men perform better. The top level of men outperform the top level of women every time. I'm talking about physical sports, not like shooting. There are some very good shooting, expert shooting women who do that. But so anyway, yeah. So yes, Sarah, there is a competitive advantage to being male and going through puberty with testosterone. Absolutely. Scientific evidence of it. And plenty of data to prove it. Okay? Just FYI.
As opposed to short girls. What about boys in high school who are teeny tiny? And
They're not playing sports then, are they, Sarah? Huh? We're talking about sports, not just in general, Sarah.
Teammates have already hit puberty and are shaving.
Well, guess what? The teammates who hit puberty and are already shaving probably make the team or probably start, and the ones who don't are probably sitting on the bench. If they made the team at all. How about that, Sarah?
Why don't you just have co-ed sports divided by weight or height?
Oh, you do realize, Sarah. Okay, let's examine that statement. Oh, okay. If they're divided by weight or height, you do realize that two humans, one male, one female, past puberty at the same height and weight, the one with male physiology, versus the one with female physiology, are going to be 30% stronger with the same weight and height with female physiology, unless there's obviously a lot more training, but just on average, same height and weight. So you get a 150-pound male wrestler versus a 150-pound female wrestler. 30% strength advantage on average. Women are better at gymnastics, in my humble opinion, as well as ice skating, but those are subjective without easily defined standards. Although you'll notice, MC, and I appreciate that comment, if you notice, though, in gymnastics, and in ice skating, for example, those again, scores are subjective, but how many women in ice skating are doing quad jumps or multiple quad jumps in a routine? Right now, you're seeing women who are barely getting through the triples. Okay, in gymnastics, if you watch, especially floor routines, the difference in height, power, and there's guys doing double backs with 2.5 twists, or not full twist. There's the power, and so yeah, those are subjective sports, not just here's your time and the fastest time won. So I get your point, and I guess I enjoy watching women's gymnastics more than men too, because they're cuter, and I'm not into gymnastics. But again, subjective. So, oh my God.
This is so dumb.
Yeah, you're right, Sarah. This is so dumb. Oh, you meant, okay, never mind. They're legislating this shit
without one single example of how this plays out.
Really? Not one single example. You mean like the Division II track athlete who was ranked 400th in the 800 meters in college as a male, who transitioned and the next year ran as a female, as a woman, I should say, because he'll never be a female, and became the NCAA champion. Not one single example. The two young men in girls in Connecticut who transitioned, or didn't even transition yet. They just said they were girls and started changing how they dress and wear. The one of them, the freshman year, was on the boys team, and by his junior year, he was on the girls team, and won state that year. And then the next year the next year, after some hormone, he lost some performance. She lost some performance. I can't even keep this straight. She lost some performance. But another trans girl beat her for first place in the state in that same event. No, there are no examples. There are many examples, and there's plenty of science to back the fact that yes. Now, for example, the Olympics now they have to change their ruling, so they're allowing trans women in Olympic sports, but they have to be on hormones for a minimum of 1 year. Now, what we found, there is science with a lot of subjects showing that the performance, there's still a 10%, approximately 10% of performance advantage even after 2 years of hormone treatment, but they're allowing trans women to compete in the Olympics as long as they've had a certain amount of hormone treatment, and they have their testosterone levels. Okay, but you know what? You don't lose if you've gone through puberty as a male, even with hormone treatments. You do not lose your bone structure, even though it softens slightly. But you don't. But the advantage you've gained through puberty and training before you transition does not dissipate. Okay, height and strength. Imagine, because remember, there's that 40, 50 some year old guy who's playing now he's a woman. She's a woman. He's finishing up her eligibility as a college basketball player at some Division III school. Yeah, that makes sense. Imagine, though, here's what I want you to imagine. If, for example, who should I use as an example? Let's say Derrick Rose, for example. Let's say Derrick Rose right now, he's towards the downside of his career, age-wise and whatnot, and all of a sudden he says, you know what? I'm a woman now. Okay, and I'm going to change how I dress, and I might take some hormones and stuff and do all that. And you know what? I'm a woman now, so now I'm going to go play in the WNBA. Do you think Derrick Rose, a NBA player, would do very well in the WNBA? Would he have any advantages? Just saying.
This is not worrying about girls' sports.
No, it's not. Oh, she's going to accuse us of being bigots.
Believe me.
Oh, no, really? Do you have a daughter? Do you have a daughter that competes in sports? Sarah? Do ya? I did. Now my daughter's graduating from college now. But I could not imagine. Do you think I might be concerned about that? Let's say my daughter played softball and volleyball until she found theater and she changed her mind and did that. But she was a very good, especially volleyball player. She was a fantastic volleyball player. And but softball. Let's say that 6'2" trans girl decides to play softball, right? My daughter played third base. Now, with 30% more strength and the way with the bases closer together in softball, or the base paths are not as long. I could imagine that if a trans girl 6'2" with 30% more strength hits a line shot up third baseline at my daughter, it would have a much different impact than another girl her age. Now there was a big girls who could hit the crap out of the ball. Do you think I would think about that as a parent as I saw that 6'2" trans girl step up to the plate? Don't tell me it's not about girls' sports. Just because you don't have any daughters or you don't give a crap about sports because you've spent your whole life as whatever it is you do that has nothing, you don't know a damn thing about sports and don't care about sports. Maybe it's not a big point to you, but it would be a big point to me or to the girl that might be getting a college scholarship playing third place on a softball team or a volleyball team. Or the women who are going to have to compete against a trans woman in the Olympics weightlifting this coming Olympics. But let's see what you think it is.
I think there are better ways to worry about girl sports.
Yeah, by having the boys' sports fund them. Because that's where the money is. I'm sorry, did I make a Title IX joke there?
This is not worrying about. This is not what that is.
Isn't it?
Worrying.
Oh,
This
what
not
is it
concern
about?
For girl sports.
Really?
It's transphobia, full stop.
No, it's not. I think trans people should have every right that anyone else should have. Sports isn't a right. You don't have a right to play sports. If you don't make a team, you don't get to play sports. Someone said, I laughed because someone in the International Olympic Committee said something about, oh, being able to play sports is a right. Oh, is it? Oh, cool. Can I go participate in Olympic water polo right now? I'm a decent swimmer. Never played water polo, but you said playing sports is a right. So can you deny me the right to join the American Olympic water polo team? Oh, wait a minute. It's not a right. I have to try out for it and I have to be good at it. But you said it's a right. Playing sports is a right. It's not a fucking right. Just like healthcare isn't a right. Oh, shit. I shouldn't say that out loud.
It's just such a bummer when such a prominent trans woman is such a twat.
Huh, really? Why don't you go ask her why she believes that instead of calling her a twat, you twat? For fuck's sake.
It's like being Jewish right now and having the most recognizable Jewish names be Weinstein and Epstein. It's like super.
Now that is funny. I think that's probably part of her comedy routine, but
Super not awesome, but.
Anyway.
I saw Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your voice anymore because it's whiny and annoying. What the hell is that? What is that? Oh, somehow that came up. Okay. All right. I'm out of time, but I have a whole bunch more to go, and I'm going to try to get through it. Thank you, everybody. By the way, everybody, for sticking around and hanging out and enjoying the show. I'm going to just give you a list of the articles that are also going to be included in the link after the show. But I'm not going to go through them real heavily. So you're just going to get headlines. By the way, thank you. 48 people here, 45 likes. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody. So what's left here that I didn't get to, there was a man who was held gunpoint and beaten at a Antifa, whatever the hell they call their stupid gatherings. He said, I thought I was going to die. He was held at gunpoint and beaten by Portland's Antifa BLM terrorist. Talks from Hospital Trauma Center. Yeah, it beat the crap out of this dude. Article from PJ Media, very interesting also in the tabs. Federals dump more charges on Derek Chauvin, figuring that being in prison for the rest of his life isn't long enough. Yeah, so the Justice Department announced on Friday that it was going to pile more charges against former Minneapolis cop Derek Chauvin, who was convicted of murdering George Floyd and 3 former police officers. Civil rights charges were unsealed during the very time when the judge will announce Chauvin's sentence and just weeks before the trial for the other cops involved in George Floyd's death began. So all 4 charges were federal civil rights charges. This is just piling on and punishing these guys for every sin of every officer who came before them, whether or not they were justified or not. This is a gift to Black Lives Matter from Merrick Garland. And it's almost immoral how they're doing this, but I get it. They need their pound of flesh, and they're going to take the whole head. Also in the articles, a wave of violent crime against Asian Americans does not fit the media narrative, Democrat narrative. Yeah, we know, because a lot of these, they just don't. It doesn't fit the white supremacy narrative that they quite like. Although, just because the demographics of the people doing the attacks. It's interesting article, movie also from PJ Media. It's cool if you're a violent Antifa BLM rioter, but don't dare take a selfie at the Capitol. Just an article on how they've been kind of letting all the people who've been charged in the Antifa riots in Portland and other places around the country, they just let them go, kind of. They just drop all the charges. But you know what? They still have a lot of people from the January 6th selfie insurrection. They're still in jail. Very interesting art. In fact, here it is. 81% of those charged in the Portland riots, which have gone on for almost a year, won't be charged. 78% of the people arrested were white. 68% were men. 32% were women. And 2 individuals were considered other. 47 of the 96 Portland rioters were hit with federal charges related to attacks on federal buildings, have had their charges dropped. I mean, it's disgusting. And the main line from this is a takeaway when you read it: the media is lying. Duh. Also in the links, there's don't call me Latinx. Only 1% of surveyed Hispanics prefer the far left's gender neutral moniker. That one should be for all you woke people who like to use the word Latinx. The Latinas and Latinos want you to fuck off. And then let's see. Also in the tabs, there's an article about Nancy Pelosi's tweeting. Did you see this? Okay, the last few of these, some of these are my finishing up. Nancy Pelosi tweets the wrong photo of a black baseball player in a failed attempt to wish Willie Mays a happy birthday. She tweeted out a picture of Willie McCovey, because some intern did. You know that nobody fucking knew who these people were. Well, somebody on her account, happy 90th birthday to All-American icon Willie Mays, a trailblazing record-breaking baseball player and civil rights leader and champion of youth sports and well-being. Willie Mays is a civic legend and national treasure, except she tweeted out a picture of Willie McCovey. Oh, that racist bitch. Anyway, also, and Atlanta's mayor, Keisha Bottoms, is throwing in the towel. She's quitting. She's had enough because everything she does turns to shit. Anyway, controversial Atlanta mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms says she doesn't want to run for re-election despite polls showing her easily winning. In 2017, she won by 800 votes, but a serious cyber attack during her first year in office and subsequent Black Lives Matter riots and protests convinced her that it was time to go. Yeah, there's no winning being a mayor in any city right now that has lots of protests and riots. Let's finish up with the last few things. These are some happy things. First one we're going to go with is from Legal Insurrection. And this Iranian man accidentally sets himself on fire while burning the Israeli flag. And I don't care what you think about Israel, but you know, I know, but most people think of Iran, and so here we go. Yes, they got that flag burning nice and hot. Oh, wait a minute, look out. Oh, no, wait a minute. Ah! All right, so that's one of our happy moments of the day. Number 2, I'm not going to play it, but if you haven't seen this, in the links today, Tim Scott had a Mother's Day message, and he filmed a video with his mother and her message, but I'll just read the tweet. My mom is the strongest woman I know and my biggest inspiration. During Women's History Month, I got a chance to sit down and chat with her about how she finds the strength to live out her motto, never give up. So he was wishing definitely take a minute to watch this. I'm not going to, it's a 6-minute video and it's worth the time. And then finally, on the last thing today, I have a link to the winners of the Tank of the Year Awards. Now, if you're wondering what that is, if you're familiar with water towers, this is they vote on water towers. Nearly 300 water towers were nominated for this year's contest, and more than 20,000 votes were cast online from all around the U.S. and Canada. But in the end, only one tank can be crowned the 2020 Tank of the Year. Click below to watch the video, see who has been named. Now, that's a 2-minute video, but they also have pictures of all the ones that were in the top 20 and then the winners from previous years. I'm really bummed that the little Happy Face one in Adair, Iowa didn't get one, but there's also a Happy Face. I think it's in, what's the cereal city in Michigan? They also have a Happy Face, so maybe that never makes the thing. But here's number one, top 20 tanks. Here's the number one tank of the year for 2020. I'll see if I can. Anyway, let's see. Let's make it bigger here. This cool one, there's dolphins painted on one side and a giant sea tortoise painted on the other, and then along the base, where's the base picture? There you go, fish and stuff and sharks along the base. Very beautiful water tower. It's just interesting and cool. Check it out. The link will be in the tabs down below. All right, gang, that's it for today. I appreciate you all being here. If you haven't done so already, hit a like button. 45, 48 likes. Awesome. That's a good ratio. Good morning, Cannibalistic Wizard. I didn't see you there earlier. Tank of the Year, Amy Schumer. Oh, and Black Keeper Israelites in the house.
That's right.
Thank you for being here. And Vosh. Yeah, Amy Schumer and Vosh. Those are the tanks of the year. All right. It's time for me to go, gang. Hit the like button before you go. Share the stream, whether you've watched it now or watching later. Put a comment in the comment section. Also, thank you for everyone who sponsored the show today. Very generous crowd today. I greatly appreciate it, including, okay, I gotta go all the way down here. There we go. Thank you, X-Baba Hotep, Thomas Cleaver, Gunfox61, Gamer Valine, and then Thomas and X-Baba Hotep and Gunfox multiple times, and Chicago Mike for sponsoring the show today. I greatly appreciate it. By the way, the outro is updated. My feet look the same, but the update on the flower gardens is there. So if you like flowers, stay through the outro, and at the end, go check out the link below where there will be all of the stories from today. That's it for today, people. It's time for me to go. My name is PDawgKnight, and I am out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.